sleeping and resting are not synonymous. Despite sleeping for 8 hours, a person may not have rested correctly. This may be due to symptoms of diseases or even sleep disorders. It is very important to know how to detect them because they can have serious consequences on our well-being. But what diseases can disrupt the dream? What are sleep disorders? And how do they affect health? It is not the same as a disease can have consequences and make us sleep worse than suffering from a sleep disorder. For example, diseases with a high prevalence of sleep disorders are people suffering from stroke, hypertension, diabetes, pathologies neurological, chronic fatigue, depression or attention deficit disorder, although in many cases improving the symptoms related to sleep improves the underlying disease. But there are primary disorders of sleep, restless leg syndrome, chronic and acute insomnia, parasomnias, sleep apnea, night terrors in children, central hypersomnia, narcolepsy and circadian rhythm disorder. In the short term, the symptoms are the same as a person who does not suffer from these disorders, but who spends a bad night, fatigue, drowsiness, apathy, sleeping during the day. However, the effect it can have on people they suffer from these disorders over the years is even greater. Insomnia, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome have been seen to increase mortality in people who suffer from it, has also been linked to factors of cardiovascular risk, blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar. In addition, it can also be given that the sleep disorders themselves such as insomnia, bruxism, somnambulism, due to the long-term effects. In order for a dream to be restorative, it has to go through all phases, enter REM and repeat the whole process 5 times during the night. If we have something that interrupts this during the night, the dream will be of poor quality and will not have fulfilled its function. Although it is normal to wake up once or twice during the night, and the problem comes if your number is higher and happens continuously. A very simple example. In sleep apnea, during the sleep hours the person has breathlessness every 30 seconds, for another 30 seconds, so the brain does not rest because it is sleeping 30 seconds and wakes up another 30. The person is not aware of the work done by the brain, but that dream does not. It is repairing. It is not necessary to sleep 8 hours so that the dream is repairing. Each person needs a different time. There are people who with 6 hours already get up well, energetic, and others who, for example, need 10. Each person must know how many hours they need to sleep because someone who rests with 6 hours, however much they want to sleep 8, will not be able to. Before the appearance of annoying symptoms at the time of sleep, it is best to approach an expert who, according to the indications that refer, will start the machinery to know what happens to the patient. So if someone is not happy with his dream, you have to check it to see if there is a problem.